Hi, it's Donna Guest, the Lazy Scrapbooker, and welcome to this month's edition of the Savvy Scrapbookers. That's when my friends Debbie Martin, Nicole and I get together and split up one pack of paper and one pack of embellishments and then make 6 pages for you. This month, we're taking on the beautiful collection Poolside Paradise from Creative Memories. You will be amazed at how quickly these 2 pages come together. Let's get started. Here are the tools you'll need to make this layout. Of course, we'll need the 12-inch trimmer, and the photo trimmer is great to have on hand because you want these photos to fit in the spot so that you'll have those built-in photo mats. Then we're going to use the custom cutting system just a couple of times to make little beach balls. Okay, I just showed the finished layout to my husband, pointed at the circles on the page that are supposed to be beach balls, and asked him, "What do those look like to you?" He answered, "Either a drink or a cake." That was not what I was going for. I then said, "They're supposed to be beach balls." And he asked the question, "Aren't beach balls supposed to have stripes on them?" Well, yes, they are. These are the kinds of conversations that really keep a 33-year marriage fresh. So I'm having some beach ball regret here, but as often happens in scrapbooking, what's done is done. So you make the decision if you want to incorporate these circles, as cute as they are, into your layout. And we're going to use the custom cutting system just a couple of times to make little beach balls. And we're going to need, of course, the mats. I'm going to use the largest and medium-sized circle and then just the red blade. You can vary that if you like. And of course, the repositionable tape runner. Now let's check out the papers and embellishments that I got when we divided up Poolside Paradise. I got this wonderful tile paper, and we're going to put that to good use. And we're going to even use some of the other side as well. I got this wonderful bubble paper, and I got this cool word paper right here, and then this cute fruit paper. I really had to work around the colors that I got because this one is a little bit different shade of blue than these right here. So I'm not going to use this side. I'm going to stick to these shades right here and use this one just a little bit. Now for the embellishments, here's what I got. I got these bubbles that I'm going to use to extend this bubble paper right here and make it look kind of wavy without the decorative trimmer. And then I got these 2, the embellishment dive into the party, the circle. I got these 2 floats, the swans, and I got this right here, but actually I don't think I'm going to use it. I'm going to use these papers as my base, so we'll set these aside. Now, a lot of this is going to be covered up. This is going to be showing up here, and I'm really not showing a lot of this fruit at all. So I'm going to cut out some circles of it to use as beach balls because they kind of look like that to me. And I'm going to do that down here at the bottom. I know it's going to be covered up. And then I'm going to end up using the rest of this as just my base. And I'm going to build the page on top of that. So using the red blade and the inside tracks of the largest and medium circle patterns, I'm just going to cut out a couple of beach balls here. And this page is still going to make a great base for me to put everything together. You can do a 3rd beach ball if you want to, and you can do different sizes, of course. So I'm going to set these aside for now with my embellishments. Okay, so now here are my base pages. First, we're going to take this adorable bubble paper, and I like the look of it because it looks like a swimming pool, of course, and I'm doing photos from a pool party. So we're going to cut 2 strips that are 4.5 by 12, and we're not using the other side, but if you want to have this for something else, let's cut it this way so that we'll have these horizontal leftovers here. You can put that to good use on another page. So we're going to cut it at 4.5 inches, and that's a great width for your built-in photo mats because you see how that works right there. And we'll do that again. I thought I might use this strip like in a couple of 1.5 inches, but I've got so many photos on the page and I want you to do the same that there's really not a cool place for it, but we've got that for another project. Okay, so now we've got these 2. Now let's take the other paper, the one with the cool pool tile. We're going to use a little bit of both of these sides, but this one is conveniently measured 12 by 12. So each tile is 1 inch. So I'm going to line it up at the 1 inch, but I'm also going to kind of look between the tiles and make sure I'm kind of centering that on the grout as best as I can. Oh, I did a good job with that one. Great. All right, so I'm going to keep cutting. And we're going to cut 6 of these because we want a frame. We're going to make a frame out of these to go around both pages, and that will be 3 on one side and 3 on the other. So it's a continuous tile around them both. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now this, we're going to use this on the left page. Okay, now I'll set these aside and let's bring our base pages back out with our fruit page with the holes in it over here. You know, I needed something to build this on, and oftentimes I like to build it directly onto a traditional album page. But I know it's about 50-50 whether you use the traditional album pages with the staple and the jeeping on the side with the page protector, and about 50-50 the other half use a pocket page. So for a pocket page, you need to have something that's ready to go, and you may not know where it's going just yet. So for that reason, when I do videos, I tend to not always build it on top of the page. So the first thing we're going to do is put these around. And I kind of make a game of it where I am going to try to match the ends here if I can. I don't know if it's completely possible, like blue on blue. We have navy on. Oh, nope, can't go like that. How about that one? So not so much matching the ends as we are making sure it's not next to itself. That's a good one there. And that. Okay, that's how it's going to go. Fun. Then we're going to take these pieces. They're going to go here. I'm not taping anything down yet. They're going to go here. I'm just placing things around because these are the last ones we're going to put on right here. And then this one's going to go here. I think I'm going to do it like this because we're going to have this covered. And it looks a little better to have, I think, part of this whole one, and then part of this. That looks a little bit more normal to me. The reason I'm covering this up is because this, to me, it just doesn't go as well. It kind of stands out, and not in a good way, I don't think. So we're going to build all that. All right, now that's where everything's going to be placed. So look how easy that was, super easy. Now let's attach it, and I'll show you the order to attach this in. I always recommend a repositionable tape runner because, hey, we might make a mistake. All right, so first I'm going to attach this top part up here. Then I'll just scoot this off the side here. Then I'm going to attach this bottom one. But it is a good idea to put everything in place before you attach it, especially so that you make sure you don't have like blue next to blue, so these tiles are mixed up pretty well. Oh, I hate not using this drink paper. It is so cute. But I think this bubble paper goes so well with this tile and with this blue right here. So that goes right above the tile. And we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to scoot this one off. And let's start from the bottom over here. I'm going to add a strip of tile here. This comes together so fast. And then we're going to add the bubbles again, our 4.5-inch strip. Now, instead of doing this one next, we're going to add this one here. So let's do this. This paper is just so pretty. It's hard not to use this side right here. It's all so pretty. It's a great collection. Now we'll put this one on the top. We really covered up our fruit there, but I'm going to use this. Now you could have left the fruit if you like it with your photos, but I wanted this more solid background because I'm not matting photos here, because sometimes when I mat photos it takes away, and we're having built-in photo mats here, as you're going to see. So now we're coming to the sides and we're attaching those final strips. That came together really quickly, and we've still got our beach balls to add and our embellishments, but first I'm going to add the photos. Now normally this is a time where I say, okay, let me add the photos, then I come right back and it's done. But because I'm doing built-in photo mats here, I want to show you how that's going to work. So I've got my photos here, and they work pretty well. I mean, look how great this fits to have. I've got a 6-inch photo here, and so it's perfectly matted there, and you can see the bubbles. Then I've got a 6x4 photo here, and I may trim a little bit off the top here. And then I've got this photo that I can put right here. So see how I'm using these edges, and they just work out perfectly. But first, I do need these bubbles. I do need my bubbles. They're part of it, because these bubbles are going to make it look like the top is, you know, weighty. So I'm kind of putting this one together differently than I normally would. In fact, I think I'm going to do it like this, and I'll have this one on foam squares, and the bubble's only 6 inches, so it's going to come back here, and I'm going to cover up this part right here that doesn't have the bubbles and let the bubbles go all the way across. Let's trim this one just a little bit. I think I'm going to slide this photo over. So let's see how much I need to trim it. All right, to have that good border, I'm going to put my ruler here and I'm going to say it needs to be no more than 5 1/4 inches tall. And so with the photo trimmer, we can do just that. Now I don't want to trim too much. I was a little bit conservative with that trim. So notice how I have not needed to use photo mats. I'm just using the built-in photo mats here. Everything kind of works. I was going to have this right there, but I quickly changed my mind there because I want to put this here to cover up that bubble. And then I'll put a little caption right here. And then I do have some nice pretty tile showing there. All right, so I haven't attached them yet. Now I'm going to come to the other side. And I've got 4 photos to put over here. So I may need to trim just a little bit so that they all fit. And we're, of course, going to use our cute little bubbles here. And let's see where I need them. First, this is printed by Creative Memories, and when it's not a full 4x6, they give you the white edges there. So I'm going to trim those off. Now, I may be trimming a little bit more, but I want to make this work for my space. So let's see what we've got. And this one, vertical, I'm going to kind of do like this, and I may trim a little bit off of that one too, because it doesn't need to be as big as it is there. And then we have a little leftover spot here, so we could use one of these cool floats that I have. Now this one doesn't show up as much over here because it's a black swan, so I may put him over here with all this. He shows up nicely there. I kind of wanted to put them together, but he doesn't really show up over here. So I need to trim some down on these photos. They don't need to be this long. Actually, this one can be trimmed a little bit easier. We're not zoomed in there. Okay, so I think I know the placement there. And now let's trim just a little bit. I'm kind of eyeballing it. I should just measure. I need to measure before I cut too much of something. But I want them to go into this spot. So I need to cut a little bit more off. Okay, that looks good there. And we're going to cut this one just a little bit. I'm not going to cut it down to a 4x4 because I want it to cover up the spot where we don't have the bubbles. So right now it's 4 3/4. That may just be perfect. You can certainly work with the photo sizes that you have to make this work. I think I trimmed this one too much. I probably should have made it match right here. What, Nicholas? But what's done is done. We have our beach balls. Could put one right here to cover up that gap that I kind of created. Is that too much beach ball? Maybe. Maybe I have one right here. Maybe I put my white swan back over here, and I'm going to put the black one back over here where he shows up. Then I'll have this large beach ball coming off of the side right here. Okay, I think I like that. It's in place. So now I'm going to put it all together with my tape runner. So to have that look of the bubbles being very wavy, I attached it first right here, and then I'll put this picture down, and I'll put this picture down with it overlapping those bubbles a little bit. I've written my caption here, and I wrote it sideways a little bit so that I could overlap that little circle with this that I've put on foam squares. It's going to cover it up. Normally, I would put these two swans together as a cluster, but you know what? It's working out like this, and I'm going to add this beach ball. Now, I added this beach ball on foam squares, which is a little bit different, so let's do that again here. Only doing part of it, so why don't we go ahead and cut that off. Usually, I like to cut it once it's attached, but with it being on foam squares, I've made it a little bit difficult to cut off, so you may want to... There we go. It worked. Kind of should do that before you put on the foam squares. All right, so I'm going to put this down here flush with the bottom. Now we're going to attach this. This is my mom's 85th birthday party that we had at her home, and doesn't she look fabulous? We always say that she doesn't look 85, talk 85, dress, act, or drive 85. And we're done. I love how this looks. The tile border is definitely the star of that page. Well, besides the photos. So now I want you to have so much fun with this, and when you're done, go take a look at Debbie and Nicole's videos. You'll find the link to their video in the description of this video. Thanks for watching.